Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with British welterweight champion Johnny Garton. John, you're fighting on a big March 8th Royal Albert Hall bill. No opponent's been announced yet, but we're expecting you to defend your title. What sort of opponent are you looking for this one?
Someone who comes to fight. Yeah, everyone knows I like someone who likes to come forward and have a go, and that way I can meet him in the middle. But if I get a tricky boxer, I'll just have to deal with us in hand.
You've talked about wanting the big money fights now, secure your future, your family's future. Probably not going to be this one, although it's a great setting and everything else, but it's not going to be like a massive name at this short notice, we guess. Who are those big names that you're looking to get hold of this year?
Well, I think everyone knows the obvious is CONDEMNS keeps calling me out. But, so he'd be a payday, but if not, I'd like to move on to, say, the European or whatever else get offered to me.
Given how CONDEMNS looked in his last couple of fights and the fact that he's really low on experience, were you quite like thanking your lucky stars when you heard he'd called you out?
Not really, because I've got this belt and everyone's been calling me out. So I knew at some point someone like that would call me out, and he's made his name. He's well known. He's a household name. So yeah, he's being pushed on fast. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it would be a great fight. We hope. If he's watching, do you want to say anything to him?
Get in touch with Frank Warren. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, it's a good one. One thing I wanted to ask you about, we talked about this off camera earlier. You're a Millwall season ticket holder. It's been well documented this week, all the trouble that occurred after Millwall's amazing victory, I should say, against Everton in the Cup. Kind of been overshadowed, unfortunately, such a great achievement, by the stuff that went on afterwards or before. You were at the game, obviously not involved in any of that, but you were at the game. Just tell us what you think about all that stuff going on. I imagine you want to condemn what happened.
Listen, I think everyone's taking... Millwall won 3-2 against Everton, a Premiership team, and that's just been totally wiped out of the way over with idiots winning the fight. I don't agree with fighting at football. It shouldn't happen. But if you want to get involved with that, that's up to you. I did know there was a lot of talk of people coming down with weapons and things like that, and I think if you get involved in that, you've got to expect something to happen back. So, yeah.
So the advice is, don't get involved.
Basically, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Or just don't carry a sword.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But listen, I don't see why you'd want to fight at football. You're going to get nicked, get 5 or 6 years in prison for what? That's how I look at it anyway.
Do you worry about the reputation of a club that you love and that you followed your whole life getting tarnished by a few idiots, basically?
I'm quite used to it, to be honest. Listen, Millwall back in the 70s and 80s, they was a bad team, but we're not like that no more. And everyone lives on that history of what we was in the 70s and 80s, and we will never get rid of that stigma.
Well, you're a shining example of that. You know, you're a respectable guy. You've got a British title. You've got a season ticket, and you're never in trouble. So, if you can do it, surely everyone can do it.
There's also a lot of other people who are doing a lot of things for charity. Even Millwall themselves do a lot for charity, but that all gets overshadowed by a few idiots winning their fights.
Well, let's hope they wise up, having seen this. Maybe some of them look up to you, and maybe this will change a few minds. You never know. Maybe,
but at the end of the day, it's not just Millwall. It takes two people to, it takes two teams to do it, and I've seen a lot of things on Twitter and social media. Everton are just as bad. And
we'll try and get hold of I don't know, Tony Bellew next, maybe, and he can speak to them.
Yeah, we'll chat with Tony, and hopefully we can make some peace.
Yeah, just share the Nobel Peace Prize together. Brilliant. So CONDEMNS the one you're looking for. We're not sure who it's going to be March the 8th. How difficult is it for you to adjust at short notice to an opponent coming in, especially if it's someone you haven't seen a lot of?
It's a bit of a pain, but at the end of the day, I've come up on a lot of non-TV shows, so sometimes people will pull out and then you get a new opponent with a week or two's notice, so you have to adjust. In my gym, we've got lots of great sparring, different styles and different sizes and different weights. So in the gym alone, we've got all different types. So I think I can, I know I can adjust, but it's how well can I adjust?
Well, we hope you adjust well. We hope for a successful defence on March the 8th, and then hopefully CONDEMNS will get in touch with Frank Warren.
It's another big fight, see what happens.
Brilliant. Good to keep your options open. I really appreciate your time.